everybody. I'm Allison and I'm doing this new series called Pure Energy Success Stories. And I'm going to be talking with some of my clients about their experience coaching with me and the results they've gotten. And I just felt like this was important to share with everybody because sometimes, yeah, you have testimonials that are written on your website, but I didn't feel like there was enough depth there for me when I look at testimonials. I actually want to know more. I want to know more about that person's experience so that it really helps me know if that person's a good fit. So I wanted to give you guys a deeper aspect of really what people walk away with when they work with me. And as well, my new course that I've just put out, we're going to talk about that today. It's called Building Your Food Foundation. And Hanna completed the course just recently, and she's going to talk about her experience with that, as well as the results she got from it and the changes that happened in her life because of it. So Hanna, this is Hanna Bier, and welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being my first guest today.
Thanks so much for having me, Allison.
No problem. And Hanna is like one of my favorite people. She puts all her heart into it. She's all in. She puts her effort into whatever she does. And she's a great person to actually talk to today because she did the program so quickly. First of all, I was really surprised. She's like finished with it within like a couple of days. And then she just ran with it, which is really fantastic. So Hanna, first of all, like, what issues were you struggling with before you started the course? What appealed to you about the program as well? And what grabbed you and said, hey, this is really something that I need in my life. I need to learn more about this.
Yeah, so I've been a guest on your podcast before, and so I had a feeling and some knowledge about what you do, and it always really intrigued me. It just felt like there was so much science to your work, and it just made sense to me. But I didn't really have any issues until I started to feel really tired. And so earlier this year, I just started feeling tired for no reason. Like I fell asleep in the middle of the day and I just felt really lethargic. And so when your course came around and a lot of what you talked about was energy and how to be more energetic, that really spoke to me. But I didn't have any bigger issues than that. I was also a little bit concerned, to be honest, because I have been vegan for about 10 years and vegetarian since the age of 8, and it was mostly for ethical reasons. So it's never for nutritional reasons, but I thought to myself, would this work for me with my beliefs? And but I also just really wanted to learn from you. I knew that there was something I was doing that was clearly not working for me. I really wanted to focus on my health. And so I'm really glad I started the course.
That's wonderful. Thanks. And so did you come to some different conclusions about what you needed to do after you took the course?
Yeah. So I have a past of struggling with anorexia. And in addition to that, I felt like every single nutrition book or diet book or anything I knew was all about weight loss. And it was very clear for me that that's not what I wanted. And so for a long time, I just didn't want to do anything nutrition related at all. I was like, all your trends, all your gimmicks, I'm not interested at all. And so I didn't want to learn anything. I didn't want to change anything. I was like, no, don't want to do that. And so when I started your course, it was really interesting because it really felt like I was taken back to biology class. It was just the simplest stuff. It was just, these are carbohydrates, these are proteins, these are fats, and it was nothing gimmicky. There was no trend to it at all. And I was like, oh my God, this makes sense. It's not a crazy fad thing. It's not a crazy new trend. She really just explains to me how my body works, what I'm supposed to eat in the clearest, simplest terms. You also threw in a ton of science. Some of it I understood, some of it didn't, but I just wanted to implement it quickly. So maybe I'll go back one day and just really let the science sink in as well. But for me, it felt so refreshing. And it was also really interesting because I heard many times in my life before, the vegan diet is the best thing and you should be vegan. And so it just kind of it was easy for me to be vegan because I kept hearing those things, and in addition to that, it fit my beliefs. But now
Yeah.
I'm actually not vegan anymore, which is a really big life change because
Oh,
you taught
wow.
me so much about nutrition.
That's awesome. I love that. And I love that you found really what resonated for you that was right for you and your own health, because that's why I'm not a big fan of diets too, and as you know, I talk about that some in the course, and it's mainly because a lot of it isn't based upon how your body works, and if we can understand better how the body works and just the fundamentals of it all, not even getting that deep into it, we can really start to begin to understand what we need individually there as far as nutrients goes for a better energy and to support the lifestyle that we want to do. And so of course, as you know, and as you and I have talked about, we need a lot of energy. If we want to take on more, we need energy to support that. If we're not able to assimilate our food properly, if we're not able to bring in the right nutrients and to support the things we're doing, it's going to make it a lot harder to do the things that we love. So yeah, that is fantastic, Hannah. I really love hearing that. um Gosh, I'm surprised too, because I didn't know that that had happened. I want to follow up with a question that is more about value. Do you feel like you've gotten the value from what you invested in this course?
So the crazy thing for me is that it was so simple. And like you said, I devoured the course. I was
Yes.
just, give me everything. I'll do everything. I remember telling my boyfriend, I'm just going to do every single thing Allison tells me to do. I'm going to do it for a couple months. If I hate it, I get to stop. But I just said, I'm going
Right.
to fully do everything she tells me to do. And it just like I went through the course so quickly because I loved it, but it really gave me everything I needed
Yeah.
to know how to eat until the end of my life, which is crazy. Like I didn't need to read 17 books or study things in depth. And I mean, the value of having your intuition in check is like priceless anyway. I also feel like even though I've been eating this way for a couple months now, my body is still healing. Like I'm
Hmm.
still feeling so many changes happening.
Oh,
So
wow.
even though I may have invested once, in learning it and also, financially and otherwise, it just keeps on going. And that's just so cool.
That's amazing. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I love hearing that. That's just fantastic. And that is totally my intention for offering that to people. So, yeah. And it sounds like what you're saying is that you really are feeling the benefits, and your health and your energy is getting better, and all of that.
Yeah, I'm really grateful, Allison. I feel so much stronger.
Oh, that's so great.
I had great sleep before, but holy guacamole. I sleep so well now. And even
That's
my skin is
fantastic.
getting plumper. Like sometimes I'm just sitting there looking at my skin. I'm like, I had like a little crease on my arm. Where's that crease now? It's just
That's
everything's like plumping up from the inside. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, and that's and that's what it's hard to convey that, right? But it is like there is this thing about when you get that nutrients into the cells, like your body gets younger. You get the glow, the wrinkles go away, because your skin's not as dry anymore, it's not depleted. So I mean, and then you don't have the reactions because you're also training your body to handle your blood sugar better, and that goes a long way. So, and it's just until you experience it, it's kind of hard to think, oh my God, like that, that could be that incredible. But I'm glad you've experienced that, because that's exactly what I was talking about.
It's
Yeah.
so magical. I remember
Yeah.
first starting it, and I think I've been really skinny before I started, the new nutrition. I have
Yeah.
pictures of myself in 2018. There's a picture of me on stage and surrounded by other women, and it's like I'm drowning in my dress. And I was
Yeah.
just eating normally, but I didn't know that I really wasn't eating enough. I was eating all day long, but it still wasn't enough, and so I was really skinny. And as soon as I started, it just felt like I got all this muscle mass, and it feels amazing. Like
Yeah.
I didn't feel weak or skinny before, but now I feel so much stronger.
That's incredible. That is incredible. Oh my gosh, that's so great. Yeah, and I think it's because now, you are able to build muscle. Your body can is trusting that it can actually use the material that you bring it in to build the muscle instead of just for survival. And so there's a big difference there. And so when you're not just surviving anymore, you can actually really feel more capable, more strong, and you don't know that sometimes until you make the change, right? Like you said. So that's incredible, and that's so fantastic. What a great what a great success story. Thank you, Hannah. Wonderful. I love it.
Well, thanks, Allison. I didn't know that this was what I needed, but now I know, and I'm so excited. Every time somebody asks me about nutrition or hormonal issues or anything like that, I'm always like, you need to talk to Allison because she can help you keep your blood sugar stable and all those things. And it's just so nice that you don't have to like keep up with all the noise in the world and the nutrition stuff. You just learn how your body works and
Yeah.
then just know and you just do it.
Yeah, and it's such a relief, to know that that's just what it's about. You can actually just get to the point of what you need and not worry about what other people are doing. And so just like anything else, right? We've talked about with business and all that other stuff. So, the same thing applies to your body. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thanks, Hannah. I really, really appreciate it. This was so wonderful. What a great way to kick off the show. And yeah, just great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.